going to shift the focus on you just a little bit and talk about moving and maybe give you some tips about how to do it a little safer. I'm here with Philip Hotchkiss, and we're going to give you some moving directions.
Good morning, Keisha. Thank you so much for having me.
No, it's my pleasure. You know, this is something I never really thought about, that, you know, we can have some real hiccups when people are moving. How do we avoid them?
Well, you can. Actually, I'm a 24-year Air Force veteran, and my wife and I were looking at the last few years of my career, and as I was retiring, we realized, wow, in the last 10 years of my career, we had moved 10 different times because of assignments and deployments. And so my hat's off to the military who are still out there serving. It's a lot of work, and a lot of things can go wrong if you don't plan it well.
Oh, you're so right. Well, first of all, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
You know, you're right. A lot of times we don't even think about some of the things that, you know, could be hiccups in a move. Do you have any tips for us?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, first of all, you know, pre-move, trying to find the folks that are going to do the best by you. We specialize more in the DIY space, so there are a lot of professional movers out there who have a lot of criteria, and I think they've had a lot of focus recently from the Department of Transportation for scams and people who maybe aren't on the above board completely. We specialize more in the container space. So what we do is we bring people containers, and they can pack it at their own time, and then we'll move it to them in the same state or even across the country if they need to. But one of the things to do when you're first planning, I think, is to ask friends and family if they've had any experience with local professional movers or even what they've done in the DIY space. Get their recommendations. That's always a great place to start. If you're hiring a professional mover, then, you know, ask them, how do you settle disputes? How do you inventory all of my things? How do I know that they're going to get there in good shape? And do I need insurance above and beyond what you offer? But what we really recommend in the DIY space before you get started is sort through your stuff. A lot of people will accumulate things in their office, in their basement, in their garage, on their bookshelf that they really don't need. So we recommend maybe establish a few different piles of things that I'm going to keep and definitely move, things that maybe I'll give away or sell, and things I just really need to toss. And another thing to consider is kind of a packing plan. So many times when we moved, we needed access to some of our things really early when we first got there, and we wanted to know where those are. So put special stickers on boxes that are a priority, and maybe even pack them last. So pack the things first if you're doing the DIY, in the back of the thing, your books, your china, things that you don't need immediately. And the last things to pack are really important documents, linens, pillows, maybe the clothes that you're going to wear whenever you get to the new place. And consider the weather when you get there. If you're moving from New York to Miami in the winter, for instance, that's going to be a big shift, and you're going to need your bathing suits and your shorts when you get down there. But also don't be too proud to ask for help when you're moving. It's a big deal, and a lot of people don't realize how much stuff they really have and how much help they might need lifting it. So to invite friends and family or even professional movers over, buy them a pizza or have a going away party to celebrate. Those are really good places to start, I think.
Those are fantastic places to start. Some of them I hadn't even thought about. You're so right. So often we're so interested in just getting everything in there. We don't think about, you know, the order in which we're putting things in the storage unit, and, you know, how we need to have something closer to the front, and some things can go closer to the back because we're not going to use that Christmas china just yet, so that can go in the back.
Exactly.
These are great tips. I have the website up there for everyone in case they have some questions of you. Philip, it was a pleasure to meet you. Thanks for coming on the show.
It was great to meet you too. Thank you for the opportunity, Keisha.
Absolutely. All right, guys. I know a lot of you choose the summertime when the kids are out of school to make the big moves. Well, here are some tips to get you going. We want you to have a smooth transition, and sometimes using a container storage type of situation is the best for your family, but you can always do it a little smarter. Take the time to visit the website and learn some more tips. Thanks, guys, for tuning in to this segment of Focus Atlanta. We'll be right back with more.